What if I told you there was a PSYOP going on in this country right now targeting you? How would that make you feel? Hi, I'm Tiger Balm. I lift things, I drink coffee, and I know things. Not all of them are good. This will be for educational purposes and educational purposes only. First, we must establish what is a PSYOP. Seems kind of shady, doesn't it? Only giving you part of the information or painting a picture a certain way to control you. A manipulation or chicanery. What if I told you it was going on this kids app right now? That this has been going on for quite some time? What if it was a 501c3 or a church? Would that concern you? Today we're going to be talking about these people, and I have receipts. Oh, you thought I meant Christian church? This is awkward. First, we'll begin with their brick and mortar operations. They look quaint, like schoolhouses or almost churches. They polish up real nice and wear their Sunday best. You want to seem professional and almost Christian-like. This is their sheep's clothing. Many are leaving Christianity and exploring other religions. But don't be fooled. They may seem safe and inviting, but here's how they are where you aren't looking. Ironically, I'm going to let them tell you. On Gab, Telegram, and ICE TV. They're telling us already. They don't understand what OPSEC is. I do. Operations Security. It's like getting the playbook of the opposing team. Whether you stumble across their brick and mortar locations or online, they will attempt to red pill you. And don't think that just applies to Norse paganism. This applies to every white person in this country, therefore affecting every race and religion in this country. They will tell you that Stephen McNallen stepped down in 2016, but as you saw earlier, he posted that 4 days ago. He is still very much a part of this. They just don't want you to know that. A rebranding, if you will. So I'm going to let Stephen McNallen himself explain what red pilling is.
Delivered by all sorts of means, depending on the situation. Those of us who want to be proficient at awakening our brothers and sisters need to consider the options and strategize on the best means of accomplishing the task. Sure, you can just toss out information online or in person with no particular plan, and that's not a bad thing in itself, but it's a little like the pray and spray method of reacting to an ambush, firing like crazy in the general direction of the enemy even if you can't see a target. You might hit something, or you might not, but it's better than doing nothing. That's where serious meme warfare comes in. Through the refinements of psychological warfare, which is pretty much what organized red pilling comes down to, you can improve your odds in a number of ways, and that's why meme warriors make the big bucks, or not. But in one-on-one mind-bending, you have fewer options. What do you do at work, or at the gym, or waiting for a bus? Oh, you could leave flyers or put up stickers, and you should do things like that, depending on the risk of doxing yourself.
Before we go further, I want to explain the talking point that's been carefully constructed called anti-white. Pause to read. Now that that's out of the way, and you're going to hear it again, well, I'll just let Stephen tell you some more.
But the most accurate adjective for our purposes is anti-white. Conservatives, libertarians, tax protesters, anti-vaxxers, and so forth may agree with us on some specific items, and we must never pass up an opportunity to use overlapping ideas to slip them a red pill. In general, though, we will work from issue to issue, proposition to proposition, cause to cause, and candidate to candidate, asking in each instance, what is best for the survival and interests of our people?
What is accelerationism? Now, the AFA may not seem necessarily like that, but they sure are cheering for it. I'll let Steve tell you.
Accelerationism? The people who hate us the most are the best possible sources of acceleration. They don't know when to stop. The more outrageous it gets, the more white people wake up. We seldom need to push the process on all. The evening news gets more surreal every day. With the anti-whites pushing so hard...
Now then, personally, I don't care how you vote. I don't care what you think. I just care that your thoughts are free and your own, not manipulated. Not manipulated in ways that are going to hurt other people. You didn't know, but I wanted to make this video to maybe help pull some folks back, get back to talking to one another like we used to. When I'm in the trenches booping nootsies and the snootsies, well, realize this is what I'm combating. It's just hard to convey on this app. Conversely, it's hard to get other sides. There's only one side I'm against, and it's probably not you. To see it for what it is. Before we continue, I want to state something plainly. Norse paganism isn't this. In many of my other dog whistle videos, you'll see a lot of ties to World War II Germany. There's a reason. Even their Hail Victory, if you look into what the Germans used to cheer. Translated, right there in front of us. All warm and inviting like. I'm going to call this what it is. This is an attack on the American people. And the people with red pills in their hands ready to give it to you are insurgents. They've already manipulated and tricked many other groups, such as militia groups, school boards, maybe even you. I want to fix that. War is way more than soldiers on a battlefield. If our country was founded on free thinkers, well, are you truly free? Or are you a POW? POW of the mind, of the politics, and all the stuff even Stephen himself said. 501c3, a church at war. One that benefits from your financial donations, tax breaks, and tax dollars. Now, I'm the head of a nonprofit myself. We help the homeless. We try to be good stewards with that money. Those grants, we don't get tax breaks yet. But here's how they use these things. And the recruits they're bringing in that aren't like you, I hope. Not all loss are true or bad. And there's many shades to Norse paganism, so I would also say not all Norse pagans are bad. They'll prey on your insecurities, financial disparities, your depression and loneliness, men. Well, it comes out looking like the young man in my last video. Ironically, I see it as exploitation and therefore weakness. But we can fix that, can't we, kid? You and those that are constantly coming at me, specifically. Before this goes down, I wanted you to hear that. It's gotten so bad that other countries have gotten involved. An old friend of Germany from World War II called Hassad. I would encourage you to research that. Whether it be bot farms, influence, or intel ops, there is a war going on targeting you. And if you're not careful, you're what I would consider a traitor, an enemy combatant of this country. So pull your head out of your third point of contact. That's your shtukas, including Capitol Hill, because their money's there too. Let's get back to being Americans. Country men and women, and not sheep with wolves among them. I thought you were wolves of Odin, god of wisdom, so open up your ears. They're here on a kids app, and I let them tell you themselves. Now how does that make you feel? Ah-cha-cha-cha-cha.